so sorry. Um, I have a very weird request. If any of the lines resonate with you, I would like to hear some bit of a reaction. It's usually nice for a performer to be able to bounce off energies with the audience, since it's a very performative experience and whatnot. So I hope you guys bounce off some energy to me. And if you don't like the piece, I don't really care. But I hope you do. Once again, Heartbreakers. They call you a heartbreaker. And believe me, I'm glad I didn't listen. They must have misread you like a dusty old book with bad ink and missing pages somewhere between the way you plant soft kisses behind their ears and ignore every single one of their phone calls the next morning, somewhere between the way you laugh at all their jokes and refuse to hold their hands when they need you to, somewhere between telling them you love them and leaving your side of the bed empty by sunrise, somewhere. You were a walking warning signal I was too naive to notice. A warship with a giant red flag launched at my feet I refused to wear an armor for. And besides, you answered my phone calls after maybe 2 or 3 rings. You held my hand when I reached out for yours. You stayed by my side until morning and even made me breakfast. Now tell me, who the fuck am I to say no to that? My mama told me, you better leave your armor in the battlefield when the war is over, along with every other object that will only remind you of the smell of death. I have nothing to leave behind. I didn't realize that to be welcomed into your embrace is as good as gliding my way through a war zone with a million landmines erupting simultaneously as I inch closer to you. I swear, I wasn't going to fall in love with you. Believe me. But you keep running through my mind so wild and recklessly. I wonder if you have somehow forgotten that you are treading on thin glass and how easy it must have been to forget when there are still shattered pieces left from the last time somebody had been so careless. It must have slipped your mind. And yet no matter how fragile this head can be, you continue to run over and over and over, and I can't help but overthink if even then it is me you're running after or running from. I knew I had fallen in love when I stopped looking at the night sky as a galaxy filled with stars, but as a body filled with gunshot wounds. This does not make it less beautiful. Stars are easy on the eyes, but it takes a perfect aim to puncture through human flesh. Pull the trigger for every long pause, for every forced goodbye, for every love that is given and every love that is returned. Let the night be our bodies and the stars be our wounds on the brink of igniting. Let us ignite. You are my fatal accident. My favorite near-death experience. You are the kind of bad dream that leaves a lingering sensation in the spaces between my fingers, and I always wake up in the morning rummaging my bed sheets and search for nothing but your hand. You are the gust of wind outside, and I am the fire pit, or perhaps the candlestick, and we are one small window opening away from burning down this house. When all of this is over, you will continue to transcend beyond the waves and the current with ease, while I will cease to exist. Baby, you blow me away. They will walk past whatever is left of me, all hot coal and debris, and they will call it tragic. It isn't. They do not understand that nothing good was ever easy, that it takes a lot of hurting, a lot of fighting, and maybe even a lot of losing to be in love. The way you can never spell ruins without you and I, the way you can never have human contact without friction and fire from then on, the way there will always be crashing and collision for every time the ocean persists to bring itself to the shoreline. And yet we turn ruins into landmarks. We create fire when it's dark and cold. We listen to the crashing sound of the waves, and baby, we call it music. Sometimes pain is necessary, and sometimes it is the only way we know the love it comes with is real. That does not make this any less beautiful. Thank you. Let's give